As we bring this year to a close, we are starting to really understand just how far the world of anime has really come. We are beginning to see more and more exciting and innovative series that really look to push the boundaries and deliver us experiences that we have never ever seen before. Welcome back to Animeology, as we look to bring you some of the finest and high quality new action animes with insanely overpowered main characters. Stay tuned because you probably haven't come across these before. Number 10. So, I'm a spider. So what? Easily one of the most original anime concepts we've come across, starting off in novel format and seeing a pretty decent level of success as a manga. The recent shift to manga was well received, with a huge outcry from the communities demanding a new season. The series itself tells the story of a world that is constantly ripped apart due to an epic battle between hero and demon lord that is doomed to carry on for eternity. A powerful space-time spell misses and hits a Japanese high school class on Earth. This spell kills everyone in the class and has them reborn and reincarnated into a crazy fantasy isekai world, with different students becoming royalty, nobility, and all sorts of impressive and fun members of this new society. Unfortunately, our hero Shirori is born as a spider monster in one of the weakest dungeons on this fantasy planet. Filled with horrible and disgusting monsters, she is forced to struggle. With nothing but her human knowledge and insanely positive attitude, you can't help but get caught up in this epic adventure in one of the most brilliant new action animes. Number 9. Skate the Infinity. As opposed to most animes out there, Skate was actually released alongside a manga and had fans entertained and second-guessing themselves throughout the entire first season. An absolutely fantastic new series that showed us a closer look at the sport of skateboarding. Set in Okinawa, we follow a group of unbelievably talented skaters that join up and take part in these extremely secretive and dangerous competitions late at night. They race each other down winding and dangerous roads in this really epic abandoned coal mine. Throughout the series, we learn of rivalries and issues between the skaters, as well as the drama and complicated history between them all. We follow Riki, a high schooler and talented skater, as they take Langa and shows them this underground world of skateboarding. A brilliantly funny and engaging anime series that has a fantastic visual design and animation style, combined with the absolutely heart-pumping and adrenaline-filled racing and action scenes, easily one of the greatest new action animes out there right now. Number 8. Shaman King. Although Shaman King is not technically a new anime series, it is hard to ignore the fact that there has been a 20-year gap since the very first Shaman King series was released. Honestly, most of us weren't even born at that point, but trust us when we tell you Shaman King is an anime series you definitely want to be part of. Comparable to the hugely successful One Piece, Shaman King tells the story of Yo Akasara, a young shaman that aims to one day become the Shaman King. Shamans act as a middle ground between the living and the dead, whereas the Shaman King would be able to contact the Great Spirit and will be able to reshape the entire world however they wish. In order to become the Shaman King, shamans from around the planet need to take part and win an epic shaman fight, an insane battle that only takes place once every 500 years. So set off a series with an absolutely unbelievable training ritual that has our shaman traveling the world in an effort to train and perfect his skills, leading up to that one crazy battle. Number 7. Cells at Work. Code Black. Easily one of the most original and well thought out concepts, Code Black is the spin-off to the highly popular Cells at Work series. There is seriously no other anime or manga series quite like this. The core premise itself tells of a humanized version of cells inside the human body, with red and white blood cells shown as actual characters having to face off and defend the body from all sorts of threats. This sequel series really ramps things up and is set in the body of someone with an extremely unhealthy lifestyle. We are soon caught up with the daily life and drama of a red and white blood cell as we see them suffer through the abusive work environment of a poorly maintained body, working hard and trying to keep things running. Thick with humour and with some great and imaginative action scenes alongside it, this is definitely an anime series unlike any other, and one that you absolutely need to check out for yourself. Number 6. Tokyo Revengers. The biggest anime success of the year, the adaptation of Tokyo Revengers sent waves across the anime community that instantly fell in love with this action thriller type science fiction series. We follow Takemechi Hanagaki, a full-blown layabout that kills his time doing nothing productive. Learn that both his ex-girlfriends and her brother have been both killed by a vicious gang. Our hero is pushed in front of a train and is sent 12 years into the past. Reliving his middle school years, he meets his ex-girlfriend and his brother and tells them the exact time they will die. Takemechi is then transported to the present and creates a time paradox, and so begins a very interesting and curious tale of time travel and heavy science fiction, alongside a very fun and interesting look at the dark underbelly of Tokyo with vicious street fights and gang warfare and struggles for power. A brilliant series that'll have you hooked on the edge of your seat through every single moment. This is an anime series you do not want to miss out on. Number 5. 86. An awesome military science fiction series with some awesome mecha action scenes and a beautiful romance story at its core. 86 has been around for a while, but was incredibly difficult to adapt. Manga fans will tell you that its surprisingly complex story and world building make it no simple anime adaptation. Set in a world that has been ravaged by war for the past 9 years, we learn that these crazy battles between powerful mechs referred to as juggernauts, driven by handlers known as 86. We soon start to learn more about these pilots, poorly treated by both the government and Republic, hated by most and treated less than most. We meet many interesting characters from across this conflict as we soon get drawn into the many epic battles, the crazy dark secrets, and the inhuman acts that could very well turn the tide of battle forever. Number 4. Vivi Florence I Saw. An extremely high-concept science fiction anime that starts off whimsical and joyous, but soon turns into the hardest-hitting action animes that we've ever come across, and easily one of the greatest new action animes out there right now. Set in the near future, 2056, we learn of rapid advances in technology that have led to the creation of a fully self-reliant artificial intelligence and ultra-realistic android bodies that look exactly like humans. However, every single one of these AIs is programmed with a single core mission that they aim to achieve no matter what. We meet a singing AI by the name of Diva, nicknamed Vivi by her first fan, given the mission of making people happy with her songs. Aiming to one day sing on the main stage of an amusement park where she works, but one day she meets another AI that is said to have been sent 100 years from the future in order to stop a crazy war between the humans and the AIs, kicking off a 100-year-long journey in order to stop this war and save the planet. Number 3. Godzilla. Sing Your Point. Japan does kaiju and epic monster battles like no other. The latest Godzilla anime is the perfect example of that and mixes in some of the greatest parts of the legendary scaly lizard monster into an awesome anime that we can't help but love. Set in the year 2030, we meet an engineer and shop worker as well as a student that studies imaginary creatures very closely. Both investigate the source of these mysterious signals. These two complete strangers suddenly see the same clue that something dark is stirring. Completely brand new compared to previous Godzilla works, with its very own original story, we follow these young geniuses as they are dragged together in order to face off and stop the threat of Godzilla on the human race. Number 2. B. The Beginning Succession. An absolutely brilliant psychological thriller, suspenseful from the very first scene, and quite unlike any other anime series we have come across, with an initial net animation being revealed back in 2018, with a follow-up finally arriving in the most recently. This is an extremely mature and well-made anime watch that you definitely need to check out. Set in a light sci-fi world that is powered by advanced technology, a lot of crime, and countless social issues. The entire aesthetic of the series is inspired by real town cities across Italy, a very unique and distinct flavour of any anime. The main protagonist, Keith, is a legendary investigator and member of an elite force as he looks to face off against a mysterious criminal organisation as he looks to maintain law and order around the planet. And number 1. Mars Red. A relatively new manga series that has since been turned into one of the greatest new action anime series we've come across, as well as a reasonably successful mobile game that is definitely worth checking out. Set in 1923, we learn about secretive tests and experiments undertaken by the Japanese government, looking to create an elite new army unit that is set to counter the increasing number and influence of vampires through the creation of an artificial new blood source. A very unique and extremely well done series that plays out more like a heavy drama with countless twists and turns, as well as a surprisingly mature and well-paced story that had us heavily involved and on the edge of our seats. Mars Red is a top new action anime series that you do not want to miss out on.
Perfect.